So I think, honestly, what we have is like a new breed of stalker, because what's the best way to explain this? Stalkers, the way that we talk about stalking is generally a lone stalker, a man, usually an ex-partner. And I'm not saying the research is wrong on this, because it isn't. So, you know, very high risk, most likely to commit homicide, most likely to use violence, you know, multiple different typologies of that kind of stalker. But what happens when you no longer need to be physically present in order to stalk somebody? What happens when you can sit at home, chill in your living room or be in bed in a morning and be stalking your victim and intimidating them and threatening them and contacting their family and friends and posting about them on the internet and contacting their employer? What happens when you can just destroy somebody's life from like the comfort of your home? You know, that you know you're not going to turn up at their door, you're not going to sit outside their house in a car or something like that, because you don't need to anymore. And then I think the other part of that is, but what happens if you don't have to be a lone stalker anymore? What happens if you can stalk in a group? What happens if a group of you can work together to stalk that victim? You know, what happens when 5 of you can do it, or 20 of you can do it, or 100 of you can do it, and that you can all join in with something online, where the psychological research demonstrates that those kinds of stalkers not only see themselves as like the heroes of their own story, they're like working as a team to take down this terrible person, right? But also none of them feel culpable. None of them take accountability, because they're all like, I only did this one thing, I only said this one thing, I only sent this one thing, I only did this one thing. And then everybody does that. They all encourage each other, they celebrate each other, they work together. And the impact on the victim is massive trauma. And the reason though for that massive trauma is because there's no end point. You know, like, you're being stalked in every possible way 24 hours a day. There's no escape when it's via technology. So the impact on that victim is massive, but it's also why that victim is more likely to be framed as delusional, to be framed as lying, to be seen as mentally ill, and to be sectioned or to be medicated.
And let me say this to anybody that's a living witness of this, I promise you, they can come on here and vouch for anything that I'm saying. A man will leave you with a lifetime stalker. Like the girl, the other female, she will stalk you for the rest of her natural born life. She'll be on every social media app. I'm telling you, she'll go from app to app looking you up because she is obsessed with you. These obsessed females that come from when you dealing with these men out here need to be studied. Like, that shit is crazy. It'll be years and years and years on down the line, and I promise you, that female will still be stalking you. She will still be stalking you. Like, I don't know what that shit is about. I find out what the fuck I need to know and I move on with my life. I'm telling you, a man could be deceased and gone. That bitch and her family is still gonna be sitting up watching you. I'm telling you. A man could be no longer on this earth. They still gonna be stalking you and watching you. That shit need to be studied. And even if a man is still here and still alive, he'll be moved on to a whole nother relationship. You in a whole nother relationship. I promise you. That motherfucking lady still gonna be stalking you. That shit is crazy. That shit need to be studied. I'm telling you. That shit need to be studied. You be then moved on to somebody else. The bitch will still be stalking you. Like, bitch, I ain't even with them no more. But yeah, dealing with certain men, they bring you a lifetime of stalkers. Like, that shit need to be studied, bro.
A dismissive avoidant could love you to death, but they won't fight for you when it really counts. They'll stalk you for the rest of their natural life instead. Let's talk about it. A DA's greatest fear isn't losing you. it's needing you. So when the relationship hits a real turning point, meaning conflict and growing responsibilities, their nervous system reads the emotional intensity of the situation as a threat. So they freeze. Now to you, this will be one of the most ice cold switch ups you will ever experience, because to protect themselves, they start looking for flaws in you and in the relationship, and they will manufacture problems and criticize things that were never an issue. But now they are, because they want a narrative that allows them to feel justified in discarding you. Because fighting for the relationship would require them to be vulnerable and to confront emotions they've spent their entire lives trying to suppress. So they discard and they rebound quickly. Now the craziest part is these are the same people that will stalk you for the rest of your natural life. Because the moment that relationship ends and the threat of vulnerability is gone, they stop deactivating, and the love they once suppressed and dismissed slowly starts clawing its way back to the surface months or even years later. And instead of reaching out because that would be too risky, they orbit. They will stalk you off a fake account. They'll create playlists about you. They'll stalk your Spotify. They'll ask mutual friends how you're doing, because the second best thing to being with you is being a witness to your life, because DAs don't want you back in the same way a secure person would. They want the emotional experience of you without the emotional labor that would be required to keep you.
Believe it or not, a lot of men go to a woman's profile and he will look at her pictures multiple times without her knowledge. Whether it be Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you have, he'll go to your profile and he'll look at your pictures, and most of the times he'll screenshot your pictures and save them to his phone without your knowledge, and you would have no clue. Now, what he does with those pictures is a mystery. You never know. He'll save those pictures, save them in like an album in his phone, a whole photo book album of those pictures, and you have no clue. Like, a lot of the times, men, like, when they're obsessed with a woman, they will do whatever. They will screenshot your pictures, they'll save it to his phone. Most of the time, sometimes, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but sometimes he'll jerk off to those pictures too. And I'm just being real, because it happens more often than you think. And a lot of times you have no clue that it's happening. And most of the times you don't even know the guy. It could be guys that you have no idea about. You never met a day in your life that will save your pictures from your social media to his phone.
Okay, I'm doing a story time about my stalker finally. I really hope he doesn't see this, but basically, this all started when I was 17. I am going to be 26 in a few months, okay? So, like 9 years. So when I was 17, I was living in a different state, and this guy reached out to me on Instagram. He was a photographer, and he asked to do a photo shoot. I said yes. We were going to meet in public at a park. Everything was fine. We set up a day. I go, I meet with him, we do the photo shoot. He was a little awkward, but not a weirdo awkward, you know? Like, just kind of like regular, like, you're like a little nerdy. So we do the photo shoot, all goes well. He tells me the photos are going to take like a week or two to edit, no problem at all. In those 2 weeks, we are texting back and forth, everything is fine. He's like, I had a lot of fun, that was really great. And he tells me he wants to do another shoot. So I told him, yeah, let's do another one. He's like, okay, like, let's do it soon. So we planned to go downtown to like a bigger city and do this photo shoot. So the day comes and he's like, hey, would you want to grab a bite to eat beforehand before we start the shoot and then do it? And I said, yeah, no problem. So we get down there and he suggests this Italian restaurant. So we both get there. I meet him like outside the restaurant, and I realize like it's like a nice restaurant, you know, not like a quick little food place, right? So I'm like, okay. We go inside. He's like, I hope you don't mind that I don't have my camera with me right now. And I'm like, no problem. I don't really expect you to take pictures of me eating my food. We eat dinner. And, you know, we're talking, he's asking me questions about myself, getting to know me. And then afterward, he's like, oh, let's go to this little coffee shop. And I'm like, okay. So we go walk over to this coffee shop. And I realize when we get there, he didn't bring his camera with him again. And I'm like, okay. So we order coffee, we sit down. And then as we're sitting there, he goes, oh, do you want me to take some pictures of you? And I'm like, well, I kind of thought that's like what the point was. So I'm like, yeah, thinking like he maybe had like a smaller camera or something else on him. He looks me dead in my face and goes, okay, can I see your phone? So I hand him my phone. He takes it, starts snapping flicks of me, and then hands it back, like for Instagram. Like, oh, cute little pics you put on your story. Like, what? So I'm like, okay, weird. We finish the coffee. Then he goes, hey, let's go to this little connecting like island area where there's a butterfly house. And he's like, let's go to this butterfly house. It's really pretty. So I agree. We go to the butterfly house, and he does bring his camera. He takes pictures of me. The pictures actually turned out really pretty. So we take these photos, and then he's like, oh, let's go like regroup in my car really quick. It's about to be golden hour. So we go sit in his car. I'm in the passenger seat, he's in the driver's seat. It's about to be golden hour, so we're watching the sunset, and I'm thinking he's waiting for like a certain like lighting to take some more photos. And then as time is passing, I'm realizing the sun is just setting, and we're just sitting there watching it. And he's like, let me take some pictures of you. And I'm like, oh, great. He asks for my phone again. And he takes pictures of me sitting in his driver, or in his passenger seat, and like hands me my phone back. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, okay. Doesn't take any more pictures of me the rest of the night. Now, I should have said something, but I was 17. I didn't really know how to like speak up for myself. Cut me some slack. Okay? So I'm like, weird. Then he's like, all right, yeah, like it's been real, it's been fun. Thanks. And we go home. And so I'm sitting at home and I'm realizing, I think this motherfucker just tricked me into going on a date with him. Like, that felt like a date. But whatever, I'm trying not to, like, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt at this point. I'm like, oh, that was weird, but whatever. So then he starts texting me, and it turns like, yeah, like I had a lot of fun with you. Like, I really like hanging out with you. And I'm like, we're not hanging out. Like, we're doing like a photo shoot. Like, we're not hanging out. And then it's like, he starts telling me he really likes me. He has a crush on me. Now, I want to tell y'all, I, at the time, was 17 years old. He was 27 years old. So he's telling me he has this like huge crush on me, da da da. So I'm getting weirded out now, and I'm like, oh no, like I don't like this. So I'm like, oh, well, I don't really feel the same way, da 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 da. And I'm like trying to like make it a little more friendly. So then it kind of goes back to like a little friendly, but it was obvious that he still had like this really big crush on me. So he then sends me the photos from the very first photo shoot that we did at the park. And so he sends them, and he split them into 2 folders, and I noticed they had like different labels. The first one is labeled Savannah. Okay, pictures of me, that's my name, cool. The second one is labeled Savannah laughing. So I click it, and he had gone through 1,000+ photos that he took of me, and he found every single candid one of me laughing and put it in its own album. And so when he sent them to me, he goes, oh yeah, that second album of all the ones of you laughing, I like to look at that when I'm sad. Oh, so now I'm like weirded out, and I'm like, okay, this is too much for me. So he keeps like in my phone, let's hang out. I go on Twitter one day, and this girl posts about him, and they're like talking about how he's a weirdo, he's this, he's that. So I like chimed in and was like, yeah, like he did this to me, he says he's in love with me, I'm like 17, this is weird. He texts me immediately, why would you say stuff like that about me on Twitter? Like, I thought we were cool, like you were the only girl I ever loved like that, and then you want to go betray me. And I'm like, oh brother, relax, like relax. And so I'm like, hey, yeah, well, I just find this all to be really weird. And keep in mind, at the time too, he was telling me he was in love with me, and sending me like pictures while he was at work of him like doodling my initial in like on like scratch paper. And he like went to New York and told me that we needed to hang out because he got me a gift while he was in New York. Spoiler, it was a bracelet, which will come back later. But he was like telling me he got me a gift that he needed to give me. So this was like a lot of things in the making where I was like, oh, this is weird. And I had been kind of ignoring him. It was strange. So when I said this on Twitter, that kind of like blew up. He got really mad at me. And I told him, like, you need to leave me alone. Like, I'm talking to somebody, whatever. He starts telling me that I'm young, I don't know what I want, I need a real man, but I have FOMO right now, and I am gonna take whatever boyfriend I can get, but like, I don't really know what a real man is yet, but one day I'll realize it's him. Hello? Okay. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, you need to leave me alone. So he's pissed. So I block him on everything, okay? I know there's like things I'm missing in the story. There was a lot that took place in this time, but so I block him on everything. At the time, Visco was really big, and I forgot to block him on Visco. So he emails me, because that's where he had my email, because that's where he sent the files for the pictures. So he emails me, and he's like, you didn't block me on Visco. Oh, so I go block him on Visco. Now, I will say I did not know how to block an email at the time, and I could not figure it out for the life of me. So he kept emailing me, and I just kept ignoring it, because I was like, okay, I don't know how to block it, I don't know what to do, but I'll just leave it. So he's emailing me, and I notice he keeps saying things like, oh, I like your new bio on Instagram. Basically implying, like, you blocked me, but I can still see, like, I have a burner, right? So I private my account, and he's still sending me things like, I like your new post, oh, da-da-da, stuff like that, implying that even though I privated my account, his burner or someone that he knows already follows me. So I'm going through all my followers, and I'm trying to figure out who he could be. I know everybody, so I'm like, which one is he? I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I cannot figure it out. So he does this for a while, and he's like emailing me, oh, I like this, oh, you posted this, oh, da 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 da, I miss you, I love you, like, let's hang out again. I'm ignoring it. Finally, I blow up on him, and he's like, don't talk to me like that, da 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 da. So I'm like, all right, we're deading this. I stopped responding. For 2 years, I think, he talked to himself in my email. Talked to himself for 2 years. It was like, it was very like bipolar, like back and forth. Like, he'd be like, I love you, I miss you, like, let's try this again, like, you know, why don't you like me? And then the next one would be like 2 weeks later, and it'd be like, you're a fucking loser, I'm so glad things ended the way they did. And then the next one a month later would be like, I'm so upset things ended the way they did, like, you know, please reach out to me, please call me, I miss you, I love you, whatever, you're a fucking loser, all this stuff, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for like 2 years. And then he messages me one day, or he emails me one day, and I am like a junior in college, and he's like, hey, if you ever get lonely and name drops my school, he's like, I can come out there and like keep you company. So I'm like, oh great, he knows like where I stay, wonderful. So then he goes quiet for like a year, and then my senior year of college, I get a Twitter DM from him on another account, and it's him saying, I think it's time we start over. After a year of silence, okay? It says, I think it's time we start over. I'm still holding on to your bracelet, by the way. The bracelet that he got me in New York that he wanted to give me that he never got to give me. Okay, so that was my senior year of college. That was 4 years ago. I never responded. It's been silence for 4 years. I'm only bringing this story up because a couple months ago, he literally emails me again. And it's an explicit photo, use your imagination, and the subject on it is, I miss you, or something like that. So then I go and I see that he followed me on Instagram, and I look at his Instagram, obviously before I blocked his email and his Instagram. I look, and everybody he's following is little girls, like literally little girls who are like 15, freshmen and sophomores in high school. That's everyone he's following. An absolute weirdo. So basically this guy has been on my shit for like 9 years now, and I know for a fact I am not the only girl he's doing this to, and he's an absolute weirdo. So please be smart and safe with these men, because they are terrifying.